we always need to obey some serious rule that we actually do not want to obey it. So it's too serious. So I think that some kind of we should learn from the three American modern thinkers. But of course, people should have their idea, should have a more important meaning of our life. If we want to run for it, we should learn from our religions. But if we just want to have a better life for ourselves, our life, I think these three American thinkers will be a good model for us. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much, Professor Du. I admire Professor Du because in social time, since last night, I suppose, he finds so many good critical points relevant to each of our speakers. So before opening to the floor, I would like to have them answer in each to his questions, but only 2 minutes. Okay, it's only 2 minutes. Starting with the order of microphone, I would suggest starting from Jens and then Livia. Jens start, and Livia and Rodney, and then Debbie. Okay? Please. Yeah, okay.
不害羞，我没有完全听懂主要是的问题，所以我不知道怎么回答。
That's style of answering. Oh, social. Save me 2 minutes. Okay. Good. Yeah.
My main point is that these are not thinkers and they're not theories. There's nothing theoretical about this. These are practical. And the title of the paper is how. It's not the theory is accepted, it's the how of doing things. And it's also none of them is easy. They're open and they're free and they're fun, but they're not easy. None of them are easy to have because for one thing you have to be willing to be transformed or transfigured. And a lot of people are not. They're very, enclosed in their particular settings, and they don't want the transformation. Even once you start the transformation, it may get away from you, it may be faster than you want it to be. There's nothing easy about it. And then yes, I appreciate your commentary in terms of the comparison. But since I figured that you already know all the Chinese practices, here's something new.
To Professor Du's question about what is the final principle, so I would say 安时处世 is the 安时处顺 is the final principle. That's what I'm trying to establish. That's what. First you see Zhuangzi talk about 安时处顺 as only death. I think just the death is one of manifestation of this principle of 安时处顺. And there are different places Zhuangzi also talk about that. 安时 and 处顺. So 安时处顺 I think is preaching during the times preaching philosophy of thinkers cross-board concept, and not just not a specific idea of Taoist. Taoist has it, but also I think Confucius, if you read monks, Kongzi. Also that idea, the statement, clear, precise statement, 安时处顺 is not in Ruyu, but all monks, but you can, the basic idea of that concept, 师 the Sun here. So, yeah, that's my question, and thank you for your comments.
Professor, thank you so much. I appreciate your careful listening. I'll answer your questions. I think there were about 4 backwards. About the same conclusion. Yes, I think certainly Taoism comes to a similar conclusion. I didn't mean to give any kind of hierarchical, like primarily focusing on Buddhism, but it was just the focus of today's presentation. Certainly you find in Taoism. I also think you find it in both Neo-Confucianism as well as in Confucianism as well. The question about Christianity, yes, of course. I think there are aspects of Christianity that also have the same notion. I think about agape, gnosis, and certainly Kyoto school philosophy, Nishikani, really focuses on those aspects as well. But there's still, I think, a lot of metaphysical structure or baggage in Christianity that is much more metaphysical than and with transcendent sort of tendencies that I do not find in the Chinese tradition as well as in the various Buddhist traditions. The question of life after death, of course, is one, certainly from my own perspective, is not of a personal nature, a denial of an immortal soul, because there is no soul, according to Buddhist practice, as well as Taoism and Confucianism, I believe, in that kind of ontological sort of way that does survive. But there is this kind of transformative quality to death, I think, is that, not only do we have in our own bodies the original formulation of stars in the universe, but we also then recycle that back into the various processes. The creation of the world, and even the universe, and of course here I'm following complexity science and chaos theory, it's all a matter of self-organization. I think self-organization was certainly prefigured long before either of those sciences developed in Taoism and in Confucianism to some extent, but also in Neo-Confucianism particularly, but also in Buddhism, is that there is, universe unfolds and self-organizes, and it's based upon emergence, and cooperation is something that always gets the edge over competition, and that's why we have something instead of thank you very much.
Thank you for all your answers. Now, I think we should open to the floor for several questions. Yeah, please. Yeah. Okay. I think we will collect, because of time, I will collect the questions, several questions, and then answers. Yeah. Please.
First of all, thank you for these wonderful four talks. I very much enjoyed listening to one of them. I would just like to make a very short methodological comment with regard to Professor Du's very interesting remarks, specifically to the papers of Professor Jones. And I think it is helpful to consider interpretation having two forms. One form is the scholarly form, exegesis. And it is the attempt to understand as clearly and precisely as possible what it takes. And the other is appropriation. That's not scholarly, that's philosophical. It's commentary. Bring out something valuable in that text. And some people don't like interpretation as appropriation because this means creative, artistic, philosophical identity and makes sometimes anything complex. But it is simply, I think it is helpful to consider that there are two different methods and each has its place. The scholarly interpretation of exegesis and the philosophical interpretation of appropriation.
Thank you for your question. Second, yes, please, over there.
I'm Louis from Kaohsiung. May I ask Professor Korn, as you mentioned in the Carson's article, now I'm interested in meditation. Okay, then is there any way to get rid or eliminate the negative layer of our heart or mind? Is there any way? And then, as you mentioned in the article, how can we communicate with our own heart. And it's one way to do that, when we speak to our heart or talk to the mind. And another question is, can we get our own magnetic to go with the rhythm of the Earth's magnetism? I think it's very good for the meditation. And just a simple question. We can take a deep breath because it's easy. Okay, thank you.
Another question? Yeah, if no question, then we stop questioning. And we only have answers. Then we will close the session. Please, Professor John, David John, and then answer the first question. And then last question. Last question. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Martin. And I think you're accurate in pointing out that as scholars we do a lot of work in exegesis, and it's like exactly what is it that the text is saying. We go through a whole process of translation and trying to get everything accurate, everything in pieces of language somehow have a one-to-one correspondence. You know that they don't. Especially those of us who are doing non-Western and Western languages. And so scholarship has a very, very prominent role in all of our work. We can stand on the shoulders of so many great thinkers, and also so many great scholars who brought those thinkers to the foreground of our thinking. Certainly in a hermeneutical sort of way, though, if we begin thinking about dealing with a particular text, does exegesis really exist at one level? Because we're always engaged in an act of interpretation. In other words, we're projecting what it is that we want on the text. And but the other side of it is that's still scholarship. But the whole idea of appropriation is, well, what do you do with it? I mean, why study philosophy? Professor Du brought this out, I think, is, well, we need to live better, not only with each other, as I'm suggesting, but also with everything else in the universe, because we are somehow fundamentally a part of it. And so appropriation, I think, is something that is even, and I don't want to say higher, but perhaps something deeper that we all should engage in. And not to just be absolutely fundamental, but become fundamentalists, is to buy into religion X, religion Y, religion Z, but to bring those in to appropriate them, as you suggested, and to live life fully, meaningfully, and most importantly, compassionately. Okay?
Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much for the question. And there were 3 questions, and the answer is yes. It is possible to eliminate the negative layer and layers and different dimensions of negativity from your mind and your heart. The technique that this particular teaching uses is a visualization, which answers your second question, how to communicate with the heart. You visualize your heart, and you see a cell in your heart lighting up with warmth and with joy and with radiance. And then you spread that warmth and joy and radiance into all the different cells in your body. And you see all the cells in your body opening their cell doors and opening up to the universal flow, to the heavenly input. And then if there is a negativity feeling, you visualize that negativity, and you realize that even in the most negative of things around you, there is still, God is still there. There is still a trace, a core of cosmic purity. And you allow to have a positive relationship to that core. You love that core. You create a positive relationship to the core, the pure part in whatever it is that you conceive of as negative. And then you just let it go. And then you allow your heart to radiate, to bring the cells, the radiance of the cells opening up and that allow the heavenly flow to come into you. And yes, your heart will start to develop a rhythm that is very steady and very calm and very peaceful, and it will harmonize with the rhythm of the earth.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I would like to thank all marvelous presentations, and also your discussions, very good discussion, and also your questioning and answering, in particular to all those patiently listening. As audience, you make this session a great success. Thank you very much.
谢谢主持人以及所有的论文发表人。Thank you, Professor Shen, and all the speakers in this session. We will resume at 1:30 late afternoon. 上午的发表